most beloved and precious Ishta, in all of thy names and all of thy forms, Namaste. O Great Spirit, Namaste. O ye powers that be, of the air, the earth, the fire, the water, the ether, Namaste. O ye living beings upon the earth, Namaste. Ancestors, ancestors, ancestors of our bloodlines, and all of the lineages to whom we attune, Namaste. We call upon thee to send forth thy blessings with us this morning. May the light of the sun pour upon us. May the blessing of the moon pour upon us. May our communication be clear and joy-filled and supportive and meaningful. Om Saha Navavatu Sahanau Bunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvi Navadidam Astu Ma Vidvishavahai. May our communication be clear. May there be only friends and harmony among us. Namaste Ji. Welcome. Welcome to my heart. Welcome to our Sunday meditation. Today, our meditation is about courage. 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 You don't often hear about courage. Usually when we talk about courage, we're thinking about somebody did something very courageous, something that was very dramatic, if you will. But courage is an action, a Kriya. Kriya Yoga, sacred action. Yoga, the yoking of the mind and body. Courage is a Kriya that you undertake every single day. Courage is having the strength to get up in the morning when it's been rough and you don't really feel like going out and facing the world, when your mind is worried about other things. Courage is being able to lift yourself up and sit on the side of your bed that you might be blessed enough to have, and stand on your feet and go into the day. Courage is being able to look within, to call for help, to say, hey, can you give me a hand? It doesn't have to be to those beings outside of you, but it's, and we think of them as outside, they're not really. It doesn't have to be to the other earthlings or the other beings. It can be to life, to say, help me, help me, help me to see, help me to give the strength that I need to live through this time. Help me to have the strength. Help me to have the courage, if you will, to walk through this life. Courage is something that many people do not cultivate. And in some ways, there are people who can walk through their lives and they really will not have fed the attribute of courage. These are people who may believe falsely that others are responsible for their lives, that when something goes wrong, they have to blame others. There's someone else responsible, not that soul. This is not the case, my beloved. It's an error in thinking. You and you alone, me for me and you for you, me for me and you for you. We create our lives. We create the environment in which we live in. And if we don't like what we've created, then we must have the courage to see what we need to do, what the Kriya is that we need to do to change the situation. Now, it's not getting up and walking out the door tomorrow and quitting your job before you have another one, when you don't have enough in savings or you don't have enough to pay the rent. That's not it. That's not courage. That might be called foolhardy, foolish, perhaps. Or not seeing clearly is even better. But what is courage, and where do you find it in your life? And where do you see it around you? Courage is the person who stands up. They know they want to do something. They know they want to accomplish something. And again, and again, and again, and again, and again, they stand up. Sometimes lifting themselves off the ground. Sometimes saying, "Can you give me a hand?" Sometimes pulling themselves up, crawling on their knees, standing one knee at a time. One of the greatest moments in courage that I have experienced in my life, had the blessing, the honor to see, to be a spectator of, if you will, was a man who was trying to heal himself of the disease of alcoholism. And he went to rehab, and he failed. And he went to rehab, and he slipped. And he went to rehab, and he slipped. And over and over and over and over again. And one day he came to my guru, and he said, "I had to come and tell you, I just got out of rehab." Pranananda said, "Oh, that's so wonderful. That's so wonderful. I'm so happy to hear that." And he said, "Well, it was my 32nd time of trying." And Pranananda said, "Don't you worry about it. You just keep getting up. If this time it doesn't take, don't stop standing up." I'm sorry. The memory was so sweet. The love in my guru's voice. And the acceptance and the joy in being accepted by the man who fell and fell and fell and fell. Now, I don't know whether that was the last time that he went to rehab, but I do know that the last I checked a few years ago, he had been without alcohol or drugs for quite a number of years, quite a number of days at a time, one day at a time, one day at a time. And I believe, I know within my soul, that it took great courage for him to keep getting up, in spite of the discouragement, to keep getting up and trying again and again and again. How do you think these great gymnasts, Simone Biles, for example, how do you think that they make these perfect, absolutely perfect performances on the bars or the horses or their mat performances? It's not because they get out there and they're so talented and they're able to get up there and do these hard athletic feats one time and it's done and it's perfect. It's because they are willing to fall and get up and fall and get up and fall and get up and reflect. Okay, now where did I miss it there? What do I need to do? And they do it again and again and again. The great pianists of the world, I know I use piano as an example, they practice. They practice, they practice, they practice, they practice. What is it that you want, my beloved? What is it that you are trying to bring into your life? But you've let go because you're too old. You don't have time. It'll never happen. Pranananda was in his 80s, and he had been living in France for 20 years. And I was going to visit, and he said, I want you to bring me the extra copy of that Marsh Level 1 French book. And I said, okay, you don't want Level 2 or Level 3? No, I have those. I want Level 1. I want to go back to Level 1. I didn't say it because I was smart, but I thought, you've been living here all this time. I mean, you speak French passably. It wasn't enough for him. He wanted to keep going back so he understood and he knew what needed to be done. Courage is all of those things that you persist in your daily life. It is your willingness to be kind to another person when you're not feeling well. It's your willingness when you might be a little worried or a little down in the dumps to turn to the other person and offer them what you have. It's your willingness, my beloved, to give up your judgmentalness, your biases, your prejudices, those things that say, oh, I'm better than they are. That takes courage to give that up. It takes courage to say, all right, how can I serve life? How can I be a part of life that is more harmonious, more compassionate, more gentle? What is needed? Not just, but what is truly needed? I had a need a few weeks ago related to the teachings, and it was a problem that needed to be solved. Now, when I looked at that problem, I have to tell you, all that I could think of is, oh my gosh, I know how to do this, but this has got to be the most boring, time-consuming, draining thing I can think of doing. I just can't get myself to do it. So I started praying. When you're having trouble, turn to the divine ones and say, help me here, I'd rather teach, I need some help here. So wouldn't you know, out of the ethers comes a helper who says, very, very smart person says, just don't tell me how to do it. Tell me what you need done. I don't mind doing these things that are tedious and boring. I just put my head down and do it. It's repetition, but I do it. And pretty soon, before you know it, it is finished. It is done. So give it to me. I'll do it. Joyfully. Oh. It took courage for me to ask, to say, I can't do this. And to me, in one sense, it takes courage to be able to accept the blessings that others are willing to give you. You're willing to say, I can do this for you. If you'd like me to, I'll be happy to do this for you if you would like me to. And so I'm saying to you this morning that courage is the strength to stand up again and again and again and again in all of the conditions of your life, however petite, however large, to say, all right, I can do this. You can do it. You can do it. Now today I would like to share with you a practice that Pranananda transmitted the last couple of years of his incarnation. It's a very beautiful practice. But it involves the use of an affirmation and the use of a symbol. Now I'm going to turn the camera and I would like you to look, if you will, at the Om symbol in the center of that golden circle. Now, when you look at that Om, you're going to see that there is what looks like the letter 3. And then there is off of the middle of that, a curve that goes off. And even though it's crooked, you can see that there's a half moon shape at the top and a dot in the center of that. We call that a bindu. So the image is the letter 3, and then the swirl, the swish off and a little turning, and then the half moon, and then the bindu, which is a dot. Now, I'm going to share this ritual with you because this is a ritual that can be done every day for the rest of your life. But if you do it for the 49 days, you will find it will bring you great blessings in your life. Strength, courage will come into your life. So first we're going to do the affirmation. And then we're going to build the affirmation with the letters. And so you do this practice, and we'll do the practice momentarily. You do the practice as I describe it, as I will lead you through it for a while, a bit of a while, until you really feel that you have the SCAD. All right? I'll tell you the SCAD in a minute. And then you begin to convert that to chanting the Om. But always in your practice, going back to the building of the Om, the building of the strength, the concentration, the awareness, the detachment. Gaining these skills, what this does is it is making a yantra for you. And you are converting the vak, the sound, and you are bringing it down to this sacred symbol. You're taking your words and bringing it down to this sacred symbol. And then by repeating that sound over and over and over again, that is radiating. The affirmation is radiating within every cell of your being, and you are building these attributes for what we need along the path. And the affirmation talks about the path of maturity. The path of maturity is you walking life until you can see, my beloved, life without your filters, without the momentary filters of the emotionality of your mind. Until you can see clearly so that you don't poison yourself, so that you don't step in a muss and muck and mire, so that you don't poison your friends, you don't poison the earth around you, you don't pollute with your emotionality. You may think it doesn't matter to other people when you're emotional, but it does. It does. Years ago, working on emotionality is something that my guru first addressed with me 40 years ago. And I thought I was doing a pretty good job. In the beginning, I thought I was doing a pretty good job. And one day, my husband comes to me after I had run off at the mouth about something. And he says, you know, every time you do that, you're spreading that to me. You're not spreading it to them. You're spreading it to me. And I was shocked, embarrassed, chagrined. Oh yes, you're not just there blindly receiving my blah, 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 but rather I'm spreading the emotionality to you. It was a lesson to stop spreading your thoughts, if they are confining, if they are emotional, if they are angry. Stop spreading your words and stop spreading your actions. Coming to a point of balance. So here's the affirmation. Now, if you've done this before, that's all right. Everything needs to be vivified. It can always become deeper. It can always become more meaningful. You never know what's going to happen this time with the practice. You never know what you're going to see this time when you practice. So the affirmation, you use the words SCAD. Very easy to remember as SCAD. SCAD. Strength, ability to get up and stand on your own 2 feet. Concentration. Aha. Single-pointed attention with effort. Awareness. Taking the thumb away from the eye. And detachment. Detachment. Letting go of your attachment to your biases and prejudices. It's okay to say, I like this color best, or I prefer this kind of water. Let go of your attachment to your preferences. So detachment. So it's SCAD, SCAD. With any good mantra or affirmation, there's a repetition. I shall now embrace strength on the path of maturity. There's your S. I shall now embrace concentration on the path of maturity. I shall now embrace awareness on the path of maturity. I shall now embrace detachment on the path of maturity. Strength, concentration, awareness, and detachment. I shall now embrace strength on the path of maturity. I shall now embrace concentration on the path of maturity. I shall now embrace awareness on the path of maturity. I shall now embrace detachment on the path of maturity. I'm going to ask you in a moment to close your eyes, and we're just going to go through that affirmation. And then we're going to build the affirmation and link it to the Om. Very, very important, but first steps first. Now, if you do this, you are telling every cell of your being, you're telling life, you're telling this, I am embracing. You're not saying I have strength or I am. You're saying I shall now, at this moment, embrace strength on the path of maturity. So it's a progressive tense. So you are affirming. Every time you say it, you're affirming. This is what I am doing. I am on the path of maturity. I'm going to be on this path until I leave this incarnation and then some. And as I go now and I realize I want to mature, I want to mature. I want to be able to see life as it is, to become part of the solution of life, my beloved, not part of the problem of life, but part of the solution, a way to help life. I shall now embrace strength on the path of maturity. I shall now embrace concentration on the path of maturity. I shall now embrace awareness on the path of maturity. And I shall now embrace detachment on the path of maturity. And let us move into a meditative position, please. And I will lead you through that. And then I'm going to do
Well, I am in a movie in my
Namaste. I'm going to lead you through the affirmation. I'm going to lead you through the visualization. And we will go from there. Please sit with your spine erect. Place your hands in the Om Mudra, the index finger and the thumb together upon your thigh. Turn your head to the left with a double exhalation. Bring your head back to the center and begin to watch the breath. Use the sipping breath and draw the energy from the limbs to the trunk. From the trunk to the spinal column. From the base of the spine to the sun center. Move that energy as a golden ball of light out in front of you. Expand that golden ball. And sweep it around your body, moving to the left. 3 times encase your body in cold and light. Now ascend upward. Ascend to the high place. Reaching this high place of meditation, gaze at your sun center, the point between your eyes, your Agya chakra. And see the letters S, C, A, D. Strength, concentration, awareness, detachment. And now repeat the affirmation silently or aloud. I shall now embrace strength on the path of maturity. I shall now embrace concentration on the path of maturity. I shall now embrace awareness on the path of maturity. I shall now embrace detachment on the path of maturity. I shall now embrace strength on the path of maturity. I shall now embrace concentration on the path of maturity. I shall now embrace awareness on the path of maturity. I shall now embrace detachment on the path of maturity. I shall now embrace strength on the path of maturity. I shall now embrace concentration on the path of maturity. I shall now embrace awareness on the path of maturity. I shall now embrace detachment on the path of maturity. Keep the attention focused at the sun center and just watch your breath. Relax into your breath. Now each of the symbols that we looked at before are Sanskrit letters. The first is the A. It looks like the letter 3. The next is the U. It looks like the swash with a curve at the end. And then there is the M. It looks like a half moon. And then there's a small m, the sustaining M. It looks like the bindu. In your mind's eye, see a circle of light. And within that circle, using your pan of light, you're going to first draw the Ah. Ah. And say, I shall now embrace strength on the path of maturity. And then you draw the U. And then you draw the half circle, the M. Om. And then you draw the bindu. Om, om, om. Drawing the Ah as golden light at your sun center. I shall now embrace strength on the path of maturity. Drawing the U. I shall now embrace concentration on the path of maturity. Drawing the M. I shall now embrace awareness on the path of maturity. Drawing the bindu, I shall now embrace detachment on the path of maturity. Again, drawing the ah. Let the pen of light be brighter and brighter and brighter. I shall now embrace strength on the path of maturity. Drawing the oo. I shall now embrace concentration on the path of maturity. Drawing the M. I shall now embrace awareness on the path of maturity. Drawing the bindu. I shall now embrace detachment on the path of maturity. Drawing the ah. I shall now embrace strength on the path of maturity. The oo. I shall now embrace concentration on the path of maturity. The M. I shall now embrace awareness on the path of maturity. The bindu. I shall now embrace detachment on the path of maturity. Take that golden pen of light and draw the circle around your Om. Draw the circle 3 times, each time the light brighter than the time before. Now color that circle the color of consciousness to you, the color of consciousness. For some it is a brilliant blue. Seeing that Om in your mind's eye, holding that Om in your mind's eye. The affirmation linked to the Om linked to the affirmation. Join with me in chanting the Om. But as you chant, feel the light vibrate in the Om. Feel your sound radiate so the Om is brilliant in your mind's eye. No stress, no strain. Om. Om. Keep concentrated on your mind's eye. Keep the attention concentrated on the Om. Turn up the light so the Om is brilliant, like the light of the sun. And now let us chant the Om 3 times, but each time feel the Om becoming brighter and brighter and brighter at your sun center. Om. 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 See that golden Om at your sun center, the light of the Om. Feel it beginning to dissolve as golden dewdrops of Anandic bliss down your spinal column. Om. Feel the light pouring from that Om, pouring down your spinal column, radiating into the trunk and the limbs of your body, radiating throughout your entire aura. Om. 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 Feel that Om fill every cell of your being. The strength, the concentration, the awareness, the detachment, all within the Om, all filling and radiating for you. Most beloved, the powers that be bless you. You have blessed yourself. We have blessed each other. Life has blessed you. Know that you too can stand up one more time. Whatever it is that you value in life, stand up one more time to draw that into your life. Make sure, my beloved, it is something that is meaningful to you, something that you will keep and wish to sustain throughout your life. In this most precious and sacred moment, feel the blessings of Om. 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 Now calling upon your Ishtadevata to join you, to join with us as a Sangha, as we send forth our meditative energies to all of those in need. First, let us send our light and blessings around Mother Earth, within Mother Earth, upon Mother Earth, chanting Om Ananda, Om Ananda, Om Ananda. See the light go around, within, and through Mother Earth. Om Ananda, Om Ananda, Om Ananda. For all of those who are in need upon the earth, for those with water insecurity, food insecurity, housing insecurity, financial insecurity, peace insecurity, health insecurity. For those with challenges and difficulties at every level of their being, we send forth blessings. O ye powers that be, thou knowest better than we that where the blessings are needed. We ask that you soften the karma of all beings so that it might be experienced at a better time, a more harmonious time. And let us chant the Om Shanti mantra 3 times. Om Shanti, 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 Om Shanti, 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 Om Shanti, 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 Om. Be thou blessed, be thou blessed, be thou triply blessed. Thou art a blessing. Find the courage to draw the strength that you need, to use the concentration that you have, to grow that ability, to accept the awareness that you see in your life, to accept the awarenesses that flow to you, and to detach so that you are not attached to the outcome, but simply ask that the karma be softened, harmonious, and ease-filled. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste, Ji. I know there are times when you're discouraged sometimes. I know there are times when it's hard to keep going. But you can. Do not let the little things discourage you. It's those little rocks that get in your shoes that can sometimes be discouraging. Oftentimes we can handle the big things just fine, but it's the little things that get in your shoe. Lift, lift, lift. Know you can do it. You can do it. Namaste, Ji. Let me see your faces. Namaste, Ji. It is a joy to see all of you. Be blessed. You are blessed. It's good to see your faces. Shanti. Be happy this week.